Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh along with Andrew Fillipponi. And Pony, the Mets are coming in town tomorrow for 3 games. Your Mets, by the way, right? You're a big fan.
Yep.
Grew up there. Potentially a landing spot for Frazier. But maybe that Saturday night firework night might not be the biggest game in town because there's a big celebrity softball game, charity softball game for the Hayward House Saturday at Washington Wild Things Park. And our team is big underdogs. You and I are in the same team. I'm pushing for us to be the guys in the middle there, short and second base. I want to turn a double play with you. But here's our team right here. Najee Harris,
right.
Kendrick Green, Tyson Alualu, Jason Gilden. But there's the other team. That's the big favorite. That's the one that owns the Steelers. Deontay Johnson. They got some speed. Dwayne Haskins, Zach Banner, Alex Highsmith, Pat Fryermuth. A ton of guys. Also a ton of guys from your station, too. So I still think.
Well, we might need to remind some of those young Steelers like Highsmith, Fryermuth, Deontay Johnson, Zach Banner is coming off of that knee injury. We might have to remind those guys, Richie, that they've got training camp just a few days away, and we might need to show up and remind them of the terms of their contract. Because some guys, you're not allowed to go pick up basketball or drive a motorcycle. There are things in there that try to protect the Steelers from guys suffering injuries in the offseason. And maybe if we can persuade them that way, they might take it easy on us. Now, Hayward and Alualu, they're at the tail end of their careers. These other guys are really young. And maybe we need to get in their heads a little bit, Richie, and say, hey, you better be careful. You don't want to suffer an injury here. You got a wild man like Paul Zeiss suiting up for us. You don't know. You think he's going to go in and break up a double play and just get out of the way? Probably clothesline one of those guys. You never know with him. So
I could see Colin Dunlap trying to break up a double play.
So can I, and I won't be. I'm left-handed, so I got to play first base, outfield, catcher, pitcher. I volunteered to pitch. Doran Dickerson said he was going to try to hit a line drive off my head. My wife heard that comment and wasn't very pleased. He's on probation now. He's not allowed over at my house for a few days. But I think I might have to steal that 70s Pirates helmet behind you.
Oh, I should bring it.
With that thing
I should bring it.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm left-handed too, so we could go lefty-lefty. I'm right. I bat left-handed, so I think
Well, I'm a switch hitter.
I think I want to play
So I'm going to take
second.
a look. I'm going to take a look at the pitcher for them and figure out, do I go left side or right side?
Or who's playing out in the outfield? You might want to hit it to Zach Banner out there. I don't know. I don't know what kind of glove he has.
Well, we know what kind of arm he has. So he's a guy that you take. If there's a first base coach or if I'm coaching third, you've got a green light to take the extra 90 against Banner, who I think Polanco. He makes Polanco look like Dave Parker out there. If he's anything like the pitcher that we saw throw out the first pitch at the Pirates game a few days ago.
I can't wait. KDKA sending out all the shooters, photographers. They're going to get all the highlights of that. We're going to be running it here on KDKA.
And I've said, I'll go on the record and put this challenge out there to you as well, Richie. If I strike out, I'm going to make a $100 donation to the Hayward House for every time I strike out in this game. That's either a swinging strikeout or for I'm called out on strikes because it bounces off the plate, which I've not picked up a bat in years. Julius Page told me today he's never played in an organized baseball game or softball game in his entire life.
And he's on our team.
So be ready for that.
He's on our team.
So be ready for that.
Oh, no.
I know.
All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We got Dan out in Moon. How you doing, Dan?
Hi, Dan.
Hi, guys. Enjoy the show. Thanks for taking my call.
Yep.
I have a little bit different take on the Frazier trade. I believe the Yankees are going to move into this in a little bit more effectively or aggressively than what people are saying, and this is my reasoning. First of all, they don't need another power hitter. I mean, with Stanton, Judge, they're loaded with power. And I know Chris last night said that if they take Frazier, he would be in the outfield. Well, I think they need a second baseman. They have Oder there, and he's a decent fielder, but he hits between 180 and 200. And if you look at the Yankees' records, most of their wins would be via home runs. They need somebody who can move some runners.
Dan, you make a good point there, but the Yankees, are they too far out of it right now? I know there's a lot of baseball left, but they're battling with a lot of teams ahead of them. Does Adam Frazier put them over the top?
No. When they're healthy, Luke Voigt plays first base, who led baseball in home runs last year, and LeMahieu plays second, who won the American League batting crown in 2020. And I know that was a 60-game season, and neither one of those guys has played well this year. But if Chris said that there's a chance Frazier would play the outfield, I don't disagree with Chris on that, because the Yankees have had so many outfield injuries, and for whatever reason, they don't want to play Stanton out there. They want him to DH. So I think Frazier could play left field for New York. However, I think the other points that the caller made are right in terms of the way they've constructed their lineup. They've got home run hitters. They need someone to get on base for those guys. The problem for the Yankees is, what are they willing to give up? Because they're so far out of the division race, they're probably looking at more of a wild card. Are they going to be willing to give up big prospects? They just traded prospects to the Pirates for Jamison Tyone. Are they going to do that again for a year and a half of Adam Frazier? Richie, if I had to guess, I don't think so. I don't think the Yankees will go all in and make the biggest offer or the best offer for Adam Frazier.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling the White Sox, they're a team that has a chance to win. Maybe they'll give up more to get a guy that could potentially put them over the top to win a World Series. One more call before we go to break. Brian and McCandless, how you doing, Brian?
Hi, Brian.
Good. How you doing tonight, Richie? Penny, you're exactly right about the Pirates and Bob Nutting. Bob Nutting's a business guy. The Pirates are an investment for him, and he's generating a return. Now, if you look at his revenue stream, though, he gets a lot from the revenue share from the league, but the other source of income has to be through the fans. The only way you're going to affect him to get a change, spend more money, is people have to stop going to the game to force his hand.
Hey, Pony, do you ever think that'll stop? I mean, I still think you're going to get a core group of like 5,000 to 10,000 fans that go all the time, and maybe another handful, 2,500 or 5,000 that'll go on weekends for fireworks night. Is that enough?
To get him to sell it, no, because I think there's other revenue streams. I would be concerned. I don't know. I'd be concerned if that happened, that they would just move to a place like Nashville or Las Vegas. I mean, that would be my fear with something like that. You know, I don't have all the lease paperwork in front of me. I'm not an attorney to tell you about the lease agreement between the Pirates and PNC Park. We know the rights for the name of the stadium to PNC just came up last year and were renewed. I don't think that would work. That's just my gut instinct, knee-jerk reaction to that question. I think Bob Nutting is willing to spend money on some things. It's cheaper to spend money on a really good general manager. You spend $2 million on Ben Cherington, and he gives you a competitive advantage because he drafts well, he's good at developing young talent, he makes shrewd trades. So I think they spent money on that. They're still paying Neil Huntington not to work. So I think they want to win, but their way. They want to win on a budget. They don't want to win spending $150 or $200 million. They want to draft and develop, and hey, maybe they will do that with Cherington. Richie, I happen to think he's a pretty good GM.
I do too. It's going to take a few years, but I think that they'll be competitive in 3 to 4 years. Now we got to go to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day, and this is from The Athletic. Our good friends over at The Athletic. Mark Caboli works for The Athletic. He's their Steelers beat writer. Yeah. Tonight, July 15, 2021, is the first night since December 24, 2020. No professional Major League U.S. sporting events. So interesting stat. I remember we went through a time period where we were doing the show where we didn't know when sports were ever going to come back. But,
right.
We powered through it, Pony.
We did, and a lot of times we just talked about what kind of hair gel you used. We really had to make it up as we went along. But, yeah, they didn't take us off the air, which was good.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Paid.
Back in a couple of minutes.